Good morning. It is 11 o'clock a.m. on Sunday, September 5th, 2021. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I didn't really just get up. I've been kind of poking around slowly, doing some stuff, but this is 5 more minutes. So, yesterday was a big gaming day for me. It started relatively early in the morning with a session of Masks, A New Generation, which is a uh, tabletop role playing game in using the Powered by the Apocalypse system. And I've played that system a little bit, but not very much. But given that I am looking ahead to running a game using that system semi soon on Saturday evenings, I feel like I could use more experience running it. Uh, the uh, the Avatar Legends role playing game uses a similar system, and the one that I have in mind is called Root, which is based on a tactical board game. And I'm looking forward to playing around with it more. Had a certainly a good time. Masks is all focused around teenage superheroes, where you certainly are superheroes who have superpowers, but nonetheless you are also teenagers, and you're dealing with all sorts of teenager issues. And in fact, it could be actually said that it's really more about teenager issues than it is about superheroes, but it is specifically, nonetheless, about teenage superheroes. But I had a lot of fun with that. I am playing the Transformed playbook, which means that my character was a former like mean girl, popular girl at school, and then after somewhat impulsively saving some people during some strange Halloween ritual, she finds herself transformed into a monstrous form where her body is basically just now consisting of tentacles and eyes and all of sort of that sort of thing, and she still feels like herself inside, but her body is very different, and she's not the popular kid at school anymore, for sure. And so she is on this superhero team, and it's a lot of fun. I had a good time with it. Looking forward to playing 2 more sessions of that in the upcoming weeks. And then in the evening yesterday, I played. We had our usual Saturday night crew where we've been playing Rime of the Frost Maiden, but that campaign finished. So we played a little bit of Ironsworn Starforged last night, where we basically built 3 characters and a starting sector, and a little bit of world building stuff, and had a lot of fun with it. One of the things that says in that book is prep is play, meaning you don't have to think about all that world building stuff as something you do before playing. It is part of playing, it is part of the game. And so we didn't really actually get to any adventuring, but we had a great time setting up all that stuff. And I think we're going to play it a bit more next week. And we'll see if maybe we have a few more players as well. But we're looking forward to that. We had a good time with it for sure. And yeah, so kind of was a lot of gaming, right? I'm not sure why I'm like asking you to confirm. I think the other thing that I'll mention that I consumed yesterday is there is a new TV show on Hulu called Only Murders in the Building, and the cast, the trio of leads, um, involves Selena Gomez, who is great, but also Steve Martin and Martin Short, which I am just I'm a huge fan of those 2 guys, and it's like Steve Martin in particular has not done a lot of acting recently. He's been into his music, which is great, good for him for following what he wants to do. But it's great seeing him again, and here he is with Martin Short, who is old friends, and it's fun to see them together, and they work great with Selena Gomez. The basic premise of this show, which is it's a half-hour show, and there's only 3 episodes so far, so it's easy to get into, is that they all 3 are living in this fancy building in New York City, and they are all fans of the same true crime podcast. And so then, when a person dies under suspicious circumstances in their building, they decide how many true crime podcasters would love the opportunity to be in on investigating a case from the very beginning instead of having to try to dig clues up later. And so they decide they're going to try to solve this murder and do a podcast about it at the same time. And it's lots of fun, but there's also some serious stuff underpinning some of the silliness. Where it's revealed by the end of the first episode. I won't spoil the reveals, except to say that there are some. It's revealed by the end of the first episode that all three of these characters have something that they are keeping secret from the others that is perhaps notable and will be continued to be explored, I'm sure. But in the meantime, they're trying to solve this murder, and all sorts of intriguing mystery things happen. And in terms of humor, I said silly, and it is, but I don't want to give the impression that it's like zany antics. It's really just more character-based humor, and it's pretty grounded as these things go. But just Steve Martin and Martin Short are just wonderful, and I am very pleased to watch the show, and I recommend it. That show, of course, as I said, is called Only Murders in the Building, and it's on Hulu. So, with that, I'm going to leave it there, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.